Alrighty, I got a really big construction update for you guys today. So I'll start off with Moosehorn because a lot of you are curious. So as you can see in the background there, they are building a pump and electrical house. And they are also well on their way erecting Moosehorn Falls. What we're waiting on is this pool area that you see them building right there. So once they are done building the pool area, they'll be moving on to Project 2025. They are moving along pretty nicely now. The weather's been working in their favor. But I find it really funny that they're still working on the pool and then the water slide itself is getting erected. So as you see there, the staircase is being installed. They're working on the little airtime hill on the slide there. You can see the support structure going in. And yeah, that's about that for Moosehorn. So still some work to do over there. The water park opens next week, so this is going to be nowhere close to being open, but Canada's Wonderland has already delayed that on their website. They're saying June 2024 now, so obviously don't expect this to be open with the water park next week, so long ways away. To be honest, it looks like quite a bit of time, but over for Project 2025, they have started to mark the entire Alpen area. They are ready to come in and dig. I have a sneaky suspicion they might actually try and start on Tuesday. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully that is when they start, depending on weather. But it looks like they're ready to come in and start work here. So that's column 65. Column 67 is over there. The coaster is going to come along the side of the mountain. That'll be really interesting to see because there's a lot of trees here. They removed the Winterfest lights. Over in the tunnel, nothing to see quite yet. It does look like they've removed a lot of the concrete in a direct path down there, but I can't fully confirm that. But what we have here is brake run markings. So we have brake run marking 1, 2, 3A, 3B, 4, heading into the station area. And what I want to show you guys, you'll see at the end of the video, is how short of a brake run this is. So I do want to say that this does confirm to us that we are not looking at a long train roller coaster. So we've done the math. Maverick has an 83-meter long brake run. Full Throttle has a 70-meter long brake run. And our current at max brake run for Project 2025 is 60 meters. So obviously, to put into perspective, Pantheon is 65 meters. So this is a very short brake run, which has kind of brought me to the impression that we could be looking at a smaller train design ride. So something that slows down before the brake run but can still store 3 trains. Something that is shorter in style trains, so nothing like Velocicoaster. And if you remember at the beginning of the video, I showed you an Intamin vertical launch. Now they can definitely work with Premier as well. Again, all they have to do is slow down the trains before it hits the brake run and they can make a brake run work. So we'll have to see what happens because this is very interesting. It's also got a pretty small station as well. So the current station markings are not that long in length. So we can't fully, obviously, like things like how they look on the ground, it could end up changing how they do it. They could have mid-course brake runs and all that, but it is looking like it's going to be a smaller train design. And I wanted to talk about the Intamin vertical launch because a vertical launch is something that I have been kind of thinking for a couple of days now, because without a swing launch, which we see no evidence of, and this very short distance it has to work with, if it's going to exit out of the top of the mountain, it kind of has to have a vertical launch. So if it's not coming out tunnel 1, which it doesn't look like it will because they laid down concrete, so it'd be really interesting if they laid down the concrete and then drill through the concrete that they laid down. It's coming out the top of the mountain based off of current evidence. Now, again, I'm just going off of what I see before me, so things can change. So if it is going out of the top of the mountain, then I am fully predicting a vertical launch coaster. Now, who that manufacturer ends up being, who knows? Again, I can confirm to you guys this is not a mock project at all. I can fully confirm that this is not mock. So that does leave me with Intamin. Intamin has that new vertical launch coaster that they launched in 2022. and not a single one has been built. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but not a single one has been built yet. And it totes one of the most powerful launches in the industry. So it'll be really interesting if Wonderland did go down that route. So I laid out a footing layout for you guys to have it make more sense. So a lot of these footings popped up this morning. So you can see the brake runs marked. The station is those ones there. And then the L one starts right away. I didn't mark those ones because I want to get a little bit more confirmation before I do. But we did see L1 and L2. Which typically means lift or launch. So it is going to have a little bit of a mini launch to get into the mountain. And then what it does in there, who knows? So again, if it's coming out of tunnel 1, then it could be like that takes away our kind of vertical launch theory. But I have a feeling with the survey markings up on top of Vortex's support columns, specifically in that yellow circled area, and them laying down the concrete in tunnel 1 already, it is leading me to believe that we'll see some sort of vertical launch coming out of that area. If you've seen the Intamin design, it would have little obstruction to the area visually. So I think it would be perfect. And then it would do some elements and head over to the Extreme Skyflyer plot of land and do some sort of grand element, and then head back and do some elements. Now, a lot of people saw my layout yesterday and were commenting about how short of a coaster this is. 167 support columns is not sequences, by the way, not just support columns, is no small coaster. This is going to be around 4,500 feet long of track. That's a really long coaster. I drew straight lines in my layout prediction because that's just like, I don't know the elements, so I'm not going to begin to draw some circles and weird designs just to begin predicting. So I just drew straight lines. There's going to be some elements in there, don't worry. And especially if it's a vertical launch coaster by Intamin, that would be even cooler. So again, the 3 manufacturers based off of evidence that I've seen can only be Zamperla, Intamin, or Premier. Now, Premier does have launches that kind of start going up, I believe, but no evidence of a vertical launch coaster quite yet. Correct me down below if I'm getting that wrong. I haven't seen any Premier vertical launch coasters yet, so Zamperla doesn't either. So that would leave Intamin based off of the evidence that I have if it is a vertical launch coaster. So that would be really exciting, and that would explain some of the weird design changes in something that I've seen that has kind of thrown me off between Premier and Intamin. So I'm hoping that this is an Intamin vertical launch, because if it is going to be a shorter train design, that does bring us down to, again, those 3 manufacturers, especially with ruling out Mach and B&M. So I'm really curious. Again, this is going to be a really interesting project. We are going to start to know more information very shortly. Things are going to start happening. Things are going to start showing up. And knowing my Yukon era, there are things that are just going to start coming into play that it leads us to be able to give you guys a lot more concrete information. Again, they haven't even started construction, guys. So the fact that we are able to start to know this much, and we've been speculating and predicting and solving this puzzle, is crazy. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are, and hopefully you're enjoying this information. So that's that. This is the markings. The station is in Alpen. There's no arguing it. The columns prove that with the markings, with the brake run, the station, the L's, and the 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 leading into Tunnel 3. So, yeah, that's that. Anyways, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and have a good one. Bye.